Good morning, guys. This is Praful Sharma, biology lecturer, TAP School Amet. Let's start today's session. Chapter first: Reproduction in Angiospermic plants. Today, we will try to understand the concepts of artificial vegetative propagation in detail. Vegetative reproduction involves vegetative or non-sexual plant structures. Do you ever think, how is it possible for a plant to reproduce from a veg part? Vegetative propagation is made possible by meristem tissue, commonly found within stems and leaves, as well as the tips of roots, that contains undifferentiated cells. These cells actively divide by mitosis to allow widespread and rapid plant growth. Artificial vegetative propagation is a type of plant reproduction that involves human intervention. The most common type of artificial vegetative reproductive techniques include cutting, layering, and grafting. Let's understand how stem can regenerate a new plant by cutting. In this technique, a part of a plant, typically a stem or a leaf, is cut off and planted. Adventitious roots develop from that cutting and a new plant forms. Cutting stem and growing new plant through stem is commonly done in sugarcane, rose, grapes, and bougainvillea. The picture shows these examples. Cutting of roots into small cuttings to use them for regenerating new plantlets is mostly done in lemon, guava, and cherry. Once burrowing deep in the soil, these cuttings shows growth and development of the new plant system. Here comes the second method of artificial vegetative propagation: layering. Layering is a method in which a stem attached to the plant is bent and covered with soil. It can be done in two ways depending on the type and height of plants. Young stems that can be bent easily without any injury are the preferred plant for mound layering. This approach of growing plants is used for small and flexible non-woody plants, for example, jasmine or mogra. Look at the picture where a gardener is bending one of the branch of the plant and burying it down the soil along with at least one node. Once it is covered, watering continuously will result in development of new roots called adventitious roots. In some plants, a modified form of layering known as air layering is employed. A portion of the bark or outermost covering of the stem is removed and covered with moss, which is then taped. Some gardeners also apply rooting hormones. After some time, roots will appear. This portion of the plant can be removed and transplanted into a separate pot. Air layering or gutti is a propagation method for woody plants that allows you to root branches while still attached to the parent plant. It is useful for plants that are hard to propagate by cuttings, or if you want your new plant to have a larger size than could be accomplished by taking cuttings. Here comes the next method: grafting. Grafting has long been used to produce novel varieties of roses, citrus species, and other plants. In grafting, two plant species are used. Part of the stem of the desirable plant is grafted onto a rooted plant called the stalk. The part that is grafted or attached is called the scion. Both are cut at an oblique angle, placed in close contact with each other, and are then held together. Matching up these two surfaces as closely as possible is extremely important because these will be holding the plant together. The vascular system of the two plants grow and fuse, forming a graft. After a period of time, the scion starts producing shoots, eventually bearing flowers and fruits. The principles involved in grafting are based on the matching of scion and stalk cambiums, and on the basis of it, grafting can be done by the following methods depending upon the size of stalk versus scion. Whip or tongue grafting, wedge grafting, crown grafting, and bud grafting. Here we are done with our today's assignment. Guys, learn and complete the home assignment timely. I'll get back to you soon with new topics. Have a nice day.